Hello and welcome to the Stormforce Fitness Academy. My name's John Latoc, and in this video I'm going to take you through a quick presentation on how you can tone up and lose stubborn body fat. I think that's what every lady wants, and unfortunately very few actually achieve it because they're being fed a lot of bad information, largely through the media or indirectly from friends and family who are trying to help most of the time, but again they're going on what they've heard and what they think, and unfortunately most of it is very misdirected. So it's not your fault if you're struggling to get the physique you want. You know, there is a lot of stuff out there. We're all very busy and it can be very hard to filter all this information, and we know you're here to get really good results, and we finally get those results which actually last as well. And I'm going to show you what you're doing wrong at the moment. If you're putting in a lot of effort and you're not really getting anywhere, then there's something missing, and hopefully I'll help you identify that in this presentation, and obviously we'll look at what you should be doing. So I've been head coach at Stormforce Fitness for nearly 3 years now. We've been running the Guernsey Fitness Camp out of the Cricket Centre next to the Hood de Pommier, and also running our private personal training services. Not only that, these methods and these principles and these formulas that we use consistently for really good results have been featured in a couple of Amazon best-selling books. One was number 5 and one was number 6 on the Amazon bestseller list. So you know that this stuff is it's very well respected around the world. It's used around the world. It's not just something that's been plucked out of thin air and I'm giving this to you in the hope that it's going to work. There's a lot of people around the world who use these principles and methods. So if you use them as well, you're going to get really good results. Alright, so where have I been? Well, I started working in a commercial gym over in England, worked in the biggest gym in Nottingham, and pretty soon after joining there, literally within a few weeks, I started realising that a lot of things are being done very badly in gyms. There's not a focus on actually getting people results. You know, most members, when you look at the membership base, they don't even turn up, largely because they don't enjoy what they're doing. They're not getting the results. Therefore, the time investment just isn't worth it. And you know, people are committed to those annual contracts, so they're paying lots of money and not getting anywhere. And that really didn't sit well with me. I'm very much a results-based person. Even on a personal level, I like to know that what I'm doing is actually going to make me better. It's going to help me achieve something. Hopefully that's what you're after as well. So having got sick of that, I actually started my own studio in the city centre of Nottingham. Again, personal training, fitness camps, classes, all that kind of stuff. And because I was out of the gym, we were able to start doing whatever we wanted, whatever kinds of training we wanted. We weren't forced to do any particular programs or anything like that, and that's where we really started to discover these formula that work every single time. If they're implemented and people just follow the system, then they work. It's as simple as that. I got to a stage after a couple of years where I just couldn't stay away from Guernsey anymore. I wanted to come home. I saw that there wasn't really an awful lot going on in terms of fitness camps and really high quality personal training that guaranteed people results. And that's something we'll always give, is a money back guarantee, because we know the systems work, so you simply have to follow the system and you get the results. So that's when I came back to Guernsey. I missed the island, and I've been back, I think it's around 2.5, 3 years now. So we set up the Guernsey Fitness Camp. That started booming from the start. It's really grown now, loads of different sessions going on. We've got a ladies only class as well, 9:30 till 10:30, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But we realised that there was something different between the ladies only camps, the ladies who come kind of mid-morning, and the other camps that run before work and after work. It's going really well, still getting good results, but something wasn't quite right. Some ladies were saying they needed something a little bit different because of commitment with family, time constraints, and running around after everybody else. So I went back into the lab, as I call it, looking at how we could change things so that we'd still guarantee results. We could still give ladies the results they deserve for their hard work, but make it even more time efficient. Make it something that they could do. It wasn't going to affect, you know, obviously giving the kids the time and loving they deserve. So we wanted to save time. We wanted to make the nutrition even more applicable for ladies who are busy. And you know, if you're going out for coffee, going out for dinner with the girls, then how can you stick to that? So we've gone back into the lab and improved everything and come up with loads of cool stuff that you're going to love, and I'll show you that later. Okay, so does this stuff really work? Am I just making it up? Well, here's our first great success story from Jane Kay. Now, if you go to Low Moan Surgery at all, you'll have seen Jane behind the desk there, and this is what she achieved in, I think that was around 5 months. Jane's 57. She's done really, really well, proven that you're never too old. It really is just about a mindset. Jane's lived in Guernsey for a number of years. Typical Guernsey diet, high in carbs, and she's managed to turn things around. She had a really strong goal, and she actually ended up climbing a mountain with her husband. So that's going from having never done anything. So there really is no barriers in terms of what you've done before, how old you are, etc. Okay, so let's have a look at what's going wrong in terms of how most ladies approach their fitness and how they're looking to get in shape. Well, the first thing is that aerobics doesn't give you a better body. That's not to say that within the first few weeks, yes, you probably will lose a bit of weight simply because you're doing more exercise. And to that degree, the old saying that more exercise, less food does apply, but that's about where it ends. The truth is that actually that saying is a load of rubbish, and just doing more exercise doesn't get you the body you want. So what's going wrong? Well, the problem is with aerobics is that to get a better body, and I mean a consistently better body, not just lose 3 or 4 pounds because you started doing some exercise. I mean actually developing a body where you can look in the mirror and say, do you know what, I'm actually happy with how I look. You're not looking and kind of pinching your stomach fat. You're not wishing you had thinner arms. You can actually look at yourself and go, I look great. And that doesn't mean you have to be a size 0 model. Most ladies don't want to look like that, and I don't think you should either. But it is about just getting your confidence back, giving you more energy, giving you more vitality, improving your skin, helping you look younger. All of this stuff molds into one. It is just a case of following the one system, so it doesn't have to be made any harder than it is. The problem with aerobics is that you can't progress it. And if you're going to get consistently good results, you need to make things more of a challenge for your body every time you do it. With aerobics, how are you going to do that? If you're following set routines, it's going to be a set time for the class. It can't get harder. If anything, it's going to get easier and easier each time. For instance, if you're doing, I'm going to make it very simple, but let's say you're doing 10 3-minute routines. Your body's going to adjust to that particular routine. Every time you do it, it's going to require less energy to complete that routine, so it will get easier. If it's getting easier, it's going to require less energy to complete it, therefore you're burning less calories, therefore you're actually almost going backwards. If you keep eating the same amount of food, you might burn, say, 500 calories the first week, plucking figures. You might then burn 480 the next week. How do you make it harder? It's pretty much, you can't really make it any harder unless you do it faster, but then you're following set timings, you're following set songs. The only way you can make it harder is to actually make yourself heavier, which clearly doesn't make sense because you're there to lose weight. So that's why you're going to hit a stumbling block with aerobics after a certain amount of time. Don't get me wrong, it is better than doing nothing, but I'm the kind of guy, and the way we work at Stormforce is that satisfactory isn't really good enough. Just getting a little bit better, doing stuff that's better than nothing, that's not what we aim for. We aim to really change your life, actually make you physically and mentally able to do a lot more. And we spoke about Jane sort of climbing a mountain. You don't have to climb a mountain, but you might want to run the 5K, do the race for life, whatever it might be. We like to set the bar that little bit higher, so kind of good enough isn't really. So what about muscle tone? Being brutally honest, I don't really like the term tone up. I don't think people really know what it means. I think what we find people actually want is they want to add a little bit of lean muscle and obviously melt off the body fat, so you look leaner. You can see the muscles more. You've got better shape in your body. You've got better shape in your shoulders, your arms. Again, aerobics won't do that for you because you're not challenging the muscles. Yes, the legs will get a bit of a workout and you're throwing your arms around a little bit, but you're not putting much challenge onto the muscle, so you're not going to develop muscle tone simply by doing aerobics. You could do 5, 10, 20 sessions a week and it still won't make any difference whatsoever. And I could tell you about a lot of ladies we've dealt with who've done just this. They finally snapped and got fed up of not getting anywhere despite doing aerobics and Zumba and spinning. We've had people doing 9 sessions a week, so do the maths on that. Obviously some days they're doing more than 1 session and they're still not getting results. And then when we get them doing just 3 to 4 sessions involving resistance training, they start getting results. So they're doing half as much work for better results, and hopefully that's a good deal. The other problem we can have is that if you're not challenging your muscles by doing some resistance work, then you can end up kind of losing muscle, especially as you get older. You can end up kind of losing muscle as you age. And also, you can end up becoming a smaller, fatter, weaker version of yourself. In that, if you're losing muscle, you might be losing weight. The scales will say you're losing weight, but actually, you're not really losing any body fat. If you're still eating a bad diet, then you're going to be putting on body fat. So now you're just a smaller, fatter version of yourself, and obviously, you're not really going to look any better, and you're going to get weaker. You know, if you're not performing resistance work as you get older, then you are going to lose strength. So as you start getting over, even as old as 30, as you start getting over 30, if you're not doing resistance work, you're going to notice your strength levels dropping. That's just the way the human body works. So this is just a quick delve into why aerobics isn't going to give you a better body. So if that's all you do, and I actually include spinning kind of in that. I think spinning's a lot better because it is an interval-based program, but it's still not giving you that much resistance training. Yes, you can tone your legs up a bit, but it's going to do nothing for your upper body. And don't get me wrong, I've done my fair share of trying to be a dancer, and as you can see, it didn't really do an awful lot for my body or my haircut by the looks of things. So that's when I started to to find out exactly what helped you get a better body for men and women. Okay, so trust me, aerobics isn't going to do that for you. Alright, so we found that obviously busy mums, you're stressed. In fact, most people are stressed these days. There's not many people who aren't. So we started looking at how we can put stress relievers into the program. Sometimes a really hard exercise program is not actually what you want. If you're doing too much resistance work, what we call anaerobic work, where it's that really kind of high intensity, and again, spinning would come under that. It's not always the best thing because you've got enough stress hormones raging around your body as it is. We call it the cortisol conundrum. Cortisol is a stress hormone. I'm not going to get into all the sciencey bits of it, but basically when you're stressed, no matter what source of stress it is, whether it's physical, mental, financial, relationship, cortisol levels go up. And if your cortisol is constantly high, it eventually leads to increased fat storage. That's the long and short of it. And it can also lead to elevated estrogen levels. When your estrogen levels are higher than they should be and they're out of balance, again, you're going to store body fat in the places you don't want, such as around your hips, around your stomach, and the back of your arms. It's all the places that you don't want body fat. So if you don't have a kind of stress reliever in your program, in your exercise program, then you're not going to be getting the best results, and that's why we include boxercise in our ladies' classes. You get to punch things and hit things, and you never get hit back. Really good stress reliever, it's good fun, and also a really good cardio workout. We kind of make your session better by doing nothing. How do we do that? Well, what we're going to teach you is how to just relax and recover and rebuild between sessions. So the effect of your session is actually better by doing nothing. Okay, it seems counterintuitive, but essentially what we're doing is creating an exercise program where you work really hard and then you're actually burning calories in between sessions. You're eating the right foods to recover, you're burning body fat, you're getting more out of your session, but you're not actually doing anything. Okay, and that's where aerobics doesn't really do the same thing for you. And we're gonna have a laugh and a gossip with the girls, so you can come down. Obviously, you'll meet new ladies. Obviously, we're in Guernsey, so sometimes people recognise each other, or you can come down with friends. But either way, you can have a laugh with the girls. There's no blokes allowed in this session, apart from the trainers sometimes, and have a laugh and gossip. You can have a chat afterwards, have a cup of tea after the session, and yeah, just chill out a bit, get a bit of me time. I know, you mums don't get much time to yourself, so if you can get an hour off, come down to your session, just relax a little bit, and that'll do wonders for yourself when you feel you're not just constantly doing stuff for other people. And it's all part of being a mum or a dad for that matter. You've got to be looking after the kids and looking after other people, but at the end of the day, you're never going to be as effective as a mum or daughter or sister or anything else if you're constantly stressed and you're exhausted. So come and have a laugh, get a good workout in, and have a bit of a gossip as well. Catch up on the gossip afterwards. Okay, so one of the questions we get, it's always the same typical areas: your bum, your abs, your arms. Those are the areas people want to focus on, and we often get the question, how can I improve this area or that area? Well, the truth is you can do it, but it's useless without the right nutrition. So you've got to make sure you're on a right nutrition program. Now, by nutrition program, I'm not saying diet. Okay, diet's one of those words we've come to associate with starving ourselves, deprivation, having to restrict things. Truth is, a lot of people on a nutrition plan actually end up eating more, but they're eating the right stuff. And the other thing is, you've got to concentrate on detoxification. Fat loss without detoxification is insane. Okay, if you're just trying to restrict calories and drop weight, because what happens is you store toxins in your fat cells. So as you start to lose weight and you start losing fat, often these toxins are just going to start floating around your body and make you feel awful. Okay, it's not going to be very, it's not going to give you much enthusiasm to keep doing the program if you feel worse. So we've got to put certain processes into place whereby we're getting rid of these toxins and we're not putting them back in. And that's why if you're just literally cutting calories but you're still putting loads of toxins in your body, you're never going to get anywhere really in terms of shaping your body up, and you're going to feel awful. So we've got to get the right nutrition plan in place. And yes, we can focus on abs, arms and butt. We're going to make sure your stomach feels a lot tighter. Even after each session, we're going to be putting a specific protocol into place that really hits the stomach properly. The exercises that really make a difference, rather than just trying to do loads and loads of crunches, even if you do any at all, and then wondering kind of why your back hurts and everything else. So we've come up with the ABA formula, abs, butt and arms. We're going to be making sure that's part of every session. So we're still going to be doing a lot of the stuff that we already do that really works, but we're just going to be giving you that little extra so you can kind of target those areas which can be a little bit annoying. Even when you start losing body fat in other places, sometimes those areas just seem to frustrate people. So we'll be making sure that formula is part of your training. And Hannah here is a great example, just so you see kind of different age ranges as well. Hannah's about 23, 24, started off quite overweight and now she looks absolutely fantastic. So that is what can be done if you just follow the systems. And again, Hannah's no angel. She goes out, she has a few drinks, she likes her Ben and Jerry's. There's a time and a place when you can get away with that, and again, that's part of the nutrition plan. We're not expecting you to be a hermit. We don't expect you to not be going out and not have a drink now and then, but you need to find that balance. So long as you're getting the results, then yeah, by all means, have a drink. We all do it. Have a pizza sometimes, but have a bit of sneaky chocolate here and there. But you've got to be most of the time following the nutrition, and we show you how you can fit it into a busy life. Alright, so metabolic conditioning. Again, it might sound a bit scientific. Essentially what it means is doing resistance work which really stimulates your metabolic rate. So you're going to burn more calories during the session and also between sessions. Okay, and that's how you stop hitting that roadblock where you think, I've got to do more, I've got to do more and more and more. But then you're either you're doing 10, 15 hours of exercise a week, which is completely unnecessary if you're trying to lose body fat, or you just keep trying to do longer sessions as well. So you're going to hit a block with your results if you're not doing metabolic conditioning. What else is good about it? Well, it's time efficient. We restrict our ladies camp 3 hours a week. That's how much time you need to give us. Just 3 hours. So it's really high quality training. That is the key. It's about quality. It's not about how long you do it for. It's about doing the right amount of work and the right quality of work when you're training, and that involves what we call metabolic conditioning, which is essentially resistance training. And by resistance training I mean use of any kind of resistance. It can be just your body weight. So if you're a beginner, sometimes just moving your own body weight can be difficult. So body weight, it might be kettlebells, really effective tool for roasting body fat and building strength and toning your bum and your legs up. Everybody, your body up really. It can be dumbbells, it can be medicine balls. The tools aren't really the important thing. And this is where it's important not to get carried away with new fad exercises and exercise machines and all that stuff. But it goes to show there's a variety of different ways. So you're never going to get bored, you're always doing different stuff. And then we mix them together in a certain way where you're getting a high level of cardio work done as well. So, why not do your strength training and your cardio work all at once? Again, it's time efficiency. And don't shout this very loud, but it's like cheating on friends who do Zumba. Why? Because people who are doing Zumba or any type of aerobics for that matter, when they finish their session, they'll have a bit of a sweat on, they'll be hot and feel like they've had a good workout. But realistically, just because you're sweating doesn't mean you're going to get good results. And what's going to happen is their metabolic rate is going to slow back down to where it was before they did the session. So burn a few calories during the session, whereas you will be doing your metabolic conditioning, and it's going to elevate your metabolic rate for anywhere between 24 and 48 hours after your session, by which time you're back in for another session, and that's how we keep rolling. And that's why your metabolic rate is going to constantly be higher. So even when you're around doing the shopping, picking the kids up, you're burning more calories. How cool is that? Do you fancy that? Doing no work, sat on your bum, but still burning more calories? Is that a deal, or is that a deal? Okay, so again, it's not your fault you don't know this stuff. It's not something they talk about in ladies' magazines. I don't really know why. Maybe it doesn't sound cool, or maybe it sounds too hardcore. The fact is, it's not too hardcore. There's varying levels. Yes, this can be made absolutely brutal, but that's not what we do in all of our classes. If you're a beginner, you're going to start at a particular level. If you're more advanced, then yes, we'll make it harder. So it's very much at your level. Okay, and also helps with better food absorption. If your metabolic rate's higher, combined with the nutrition that's going to make your digestive system better, then things are going to be moving through your body better. Okay, so your intestines are going to be cleaner, so you're going to absorb nutrients. You're going to have more energy and cope with those little terrors running around all day at home. Okay, Alison, this was actually a lady I worked with in the UK, and she got really good results. Why did she get good results? Well, she just followed the formula. She didn't keep questioning it and saying, but I read this in a magazine and I used to do this. The system works. You just follow the formula, it works. You get really good results. And Alison, as you can see, literally halved herself. She went from 20 stone 10 down to, I believe it was around 10 stone 5, maybe 10 stone 7, somewhere around there, over the course of a year, or not even a year. I think it was about 11 months. And she actually went on to cycle from London to Paris. So again, that's a lady who's 20 stone 10, so literally anybody can do it. Alright, so not all cardio is made equal. What we're going to do is we are going to offer you, as part of the new Me Fitness Camp, which I'm going to talk to you about in a second, we're going to give you the bonus fat melter interval program. The truth is, not all cardio is made equal, and we're going to give you the program that we've found works a lot better for fat loss. And actually, you don't have to do this. This is going to be just a nice bonus for those who like to exercise more than 3 times a week. So you can do that outside. You don't need our supervision for that. But we're going to show you what intervals to do, what cardio intervals to do, so you can get even better fat loss results. What does it do? Well, it just helps you maintain a higher metabolic rate. And if you're doing this, let's say you're coming in for the camp Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you might choose to do Tuesday, Thursday, get some intervals done, and then you got your weekend off with your family. Or alternatively, you might like to do one session at the weekend. It's entirely up to you. The option is going to be there, no extra cost. It's just going to be part of the program, so you can melt more fat. You're going to be looking at around 2 sessions of 20 minutes, so maybe a little bit longer with warm up and cool down, but it's kind of 5-minute warm up, 5-minute cool down, and then 10 to 15 minutes interval work, and you're done. So again, it's not going to intrude on your life at all. Okay, so what is this new Me Fitness Camp? Well, like I said, we've gone back to the drawing board with the ladies camp. We're taking what's worked really well, and we're going to make it even better. We're throwing in some wicked stuff that you're going to love. How does it work? Well, it's 3 hours a week, Monday, Wednesday and Friday, 9:30 till 10:30. Most sessions will be at the indoor cricket ground. That's next to the Hug de Pommier Hotel near Cobo. So just 3 hours a week. That includes all your warm-up and explanations of exercises, demonstrations, everything you need. Just 3 hours per week, unless you want to do the bonus cardio program. Depending when you start, we will be going outside as well. So we use some of the fantastic locations in Guernsey, maybe on the beach, in the park. Again, we're always talking to the members. We find out where they like to train as well. So if we find good locations they want to train at, then we'll take it out there. So you get some fresh air as well. We're introducing the new abs, butt and arms formula. So that's going to be included on top of the training we normally do. And we've got the new, I call it the mum's nutrition. You don't have to be a mum. It's called the mum's nutrition just because we were trying to find ways that would help mums who are busy, and obviously they're making food for the kids as well. The great thing is we're looking to show you how you can actually make your children healthier as well. It's not just about you, so it's almost like a family thing. You get the whole family healthy. And the ladies we've done this with before, they're people notice how better behaved their children are. Their brain power goes up. They're eating proper things. Their manners are better. It's just getting their own brains detox, their own bodies detoxed as well. But obviously, they are kids. They can get away with more. So we're not going to be just getting them to eat vegetables for the rest of their day. So they can still have a bit of fun, just like you. So we're adding these bonuses in. You've got the cardio booster program. That's that fat melting interval program. If we were doing this program, if somebody just came to us for a cardio program, you'd be paying £77 for that. Second bonus is you're going to have the opportunity to win a shopping spree, and that's on the first 3 camps. If you sign up for the first 3 camps, then you're going to be eligible simply by taking photos and measurements. We're going to see who can get the best transformation. You don't have to do that. There's no pressure to do it. But we always recommend people do something like that anyway, because you can actually see yourself change week on week. Whereas if you're just jumping on the scales, it doesn't really tell a story about how much you're changing. So you got the chance to win a shopping spree of £200. We'll give you the choice as to where you want vouchers for. You can go and buy yourself some new clothes, and trust me, you can do a lot in 12 weeks. You can really change your body. We've said abs, butt, arms, the lot. You're going to look fantastic. So hopefully we can play a part in just finishing that transformation, actually getting you into clothes that you really want to buy, rather than buying stuff based on kind of what fits. And finally, we're adding in yet another bonus, calling it the brew with Lou. So after your sessions, you're going to have a brew up in we've got a bar down at the cricket centre. And that's where you can just ask questions, have a bit of a laugh, ask Lou, our trainer. It might even be one of the other trainers, either myself or Tor or Russ. Ask us questions, whether it's about nutrition or training, or if you ever get kind of low back pain, anything like that. We'll be there to answer your questions. Again, over 4 weeks. If you used our personal mentoring services and coaching services, it would cost you at least £197. So we're really loading up these bonuses for you into this New Me Fitness Camp. So total bonus value around 474, if not more. Add in all the new stuff that's going on, new training, you can have new friends. All of this stuff's going to be going on, and on top of that, you're still getting the best fat loss training and nutrition in the island, if not Channel Islands and beyond. Like I said, this stuff has been proven across the UK. I've had people in the world, across the world, following this, as far as America, Mexico, China, Australia. This stuff works really well. So you're getting all of that just as a matter of course. That's what we always do. So you might be thinking this is going to cost me an absolute fortune. Well, the great news is normally this would actually be $99, so you pay a £10 admin fee. We're going to waive that admin fee for you if you join today and get in on that first camp. It's going to be starting on the 10th of September, and it's going to cost you just £89. You're getting all of that for £89. So hopefully that's cleared up some of the key areas where ladies tend to go wrong when they're looking to lose body fat, when they're looking to get in a really good physique. Like I said, you're going to love this stuff. It's going to help you get out of that frustration, that confusion, and it's going to save you a lot of time. We get a lot of ladies saying, I haven't got time to do lots of exercise. Truth is, you only need 3 hours a week. Plus, we're going to save you time because you don't have to be reading magazines, trying to figure out what to do, trying out different things. If you get to the gym, it's all there for you. We're giving you absolutely everything. And quite honestly, if you find there's still something that you need, then we'll do it for you. That's what we're there for. We're there for support. You get membership to our Stormforce Inner Circle, where you can ask questions, and we post articles that don't get seen anywhere else on the internet. It's everything you need to transform your body. And I hope you'll join Jane, Hannah, Alison, all these ladies who've taken it upon themselves and decided that actually I deserve better. I want to look better. I want to do more with my life and feel more energetic. And I really hope that you'll be part of our new team. So all you need to do is go to guernseyfitnesscamp.com/me, and you're going to find registration details for the new camp. There are only 30 spaces, and we do already have a few ladies on the camp. I think we've got about 12, 13 of those spaces on the next camp have already gone. So you need to get in fast, otherwise you're going to have to wait till later months. So thank you for listening. I hope it's answered your questions. As always, if you do have any questions, please email us info@stormforcefitness.com and we'll answer any of those questions you have.